said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly?
Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Reverend Dr. Michelle Zukru, and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time, and rebroadcasts on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday morning. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
Right? Good morning! Happy Sofa Sunday! Did you miss us last week? Did you have a good week?
You didn't show up here, right?
Right? You just tell me you did, right? Did you really? Oh my goodness. I mean, you know,
She hadn't been here the week before.
oh right? Yeah, that she's back today. I am grateful for that. So I'm Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. This is Reverend Dr. Michelle Zukru, and together we are Sofa Sundays. And we are located in Phoenix. I was just going to. Yeah, let you know where we're at in case you'd like to come in person. It's always great to see you. We have coffee. It's like great snacks all day. That's all that matters. Yeah. We're at 7220 North 16th Street, Phoenix, Arizona, 85020. And you'll know it's us because the girls are on the door. They're saying 81. So,
I was going to say we're making our first week today.
yeah. We're in a new theme this month.
Awakening 2 in Good. We are on week 15.
Right.
But we can slide right
We
into
might-
worship if we
We might
want.
check into week 14 as well.
I'm wondering if anybody worked on their own.
Right.
Did week 14 on their own?
Did
But
you
if
week
did
14
not,
on your own?
Did you do your homework? You might go back and forth.
A little bit there. Yes. Okay, do you want to pray us in?
I felt called to say we do sell these journals online on Amazon. Sofa Sundays Journal 4.0.
You're on
Follow
Amazon?
along. Yes.
Oh, awesome. See, I just got mine, so I didn't know that I could order it on Amazon as well. I just received.
And all our partners just received.
Exactly. We'll tell you more about that later. Do you want to pray us in? All right.
Do it.
What if my hand reached out to
With that
everything
sound.
with love?
With the
What
pitch.
if I'm a beacon
Bring yourself
of
into
that
the
light that
presence.
shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see?
And as you release,
Then I must recognize within
What you
the spirit, and it's only love.
feel your feet grounded.
And I must be what I've come here to be.
Bring your awareness, bring in everything.
And I know the first
all of your
step
energy.
begins within me.
Being present now.
What if I felt perfectly whole?
As we recognize there is only
What if
one
my
God.
heart opened to everything with
There's only
love?
one life, one
What
energy,
if I
one
knew
divine source.
only
of
the
all?
truth? What if
that
my
God,
mind
Spirit,
accepted
divine
everything
energy.
with love?
First call.
What if I'm a beacon of that light
all
that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see?
Joy.
Then I must
It is the life
recognize
essence that
within the
has
spirit,
everything.
and it's
Your
only
presence.
love. I must be what I've
Each one of
come
us
here.
is the manifestation of
Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here.
we manifest uniquely, individually.
Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit,
We are that love,
guide
that
us
joy,
from
that divine energy.
our
From that
sons
moment, from
and
the
daughters. Look to us,
Speak that word
show
of all
them I did? What if I said?
So I let it go.
What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I
So it
heard?
is.
What
Okay,
if
some
I
logistics I
gave?
forgot about as
What
we
if my
I was
hand
reminded.
reached out to
I don't know if
everything
you
with
were
love?
heard.
What
So
if I'm a
can I get
beacon
the
of
batteries
that
down here?
light that shines
Mary?
in all of us? And what
Or
if
Brother Jared?
I'm the only guide
I don't
some
know,
will
because
see?
the AC's on and
Then I
I
must
don't know if anybody's
recognize
saying
within the
anything.
spirit
Share
that
it
it's
on my
only
YouTube.
love.
You would think
And I
I've never
must
been here
be
before.
what
I
I've
don't
come
know.
here to be.
So, it's an imposter. I
And I
know.
know
Let's see, I
the
didn't check to
first
see if
step
we're heard.
begins within
Can you hear us?
me.
I did check it.
What
You
if
did?
I felt
Okay.
perfectly
I am kind of
whole?
quiet.
Are you
so-
sure? Because
What if my heart opened
the
to
music's still
everything
playing.
with love?
Music.
Oh, I
What if I knew
So,
only
yeah.
the truth?
And that is why I always check.
I did
But I
check the
forgot.
mics. I did check the mics, but
Is it off?
Lyric, I always put the music on. Sorry.
There we go. All right.
I always
Thank-
put that music on, Lyric. I apologize. I set that up. this
Thank
morning.
you, Abby. Good morning.
I am the music.
Yes. Okay. Well, again, the prayer that went out solved the world issues.
All of them.
We're sorry if you didn't hear it.
Oh,
We'll join
you still
again
are
later.
included in it. You don't
You
have
were
to hear it to be
included,
included
just
in
as
the
long as you were part
connection.
of the, yes, the vibration of
The
it all.
song could be a prayer too.
That's right.
There it is. Oh my goodness. So we have 2 weeks here that we can look at, but primarily we're on week 15, and the affirmation today is I rise above appearances to the truth of divine perfection. And that's on this card right here. Last week being good is everywhere, and I see it clearly. Ooh, that's
I
one.
love
That's
that.
one for the masses.
Right?
Let's
Good is
let me say that
everywhere.
louder for those of you in the back.
Yeah. Now, recently, I heard in a book I'm reading that obstacles, and I said heard because I listen as well as read it, obstacles are our allies. And man, I just loved that. I loved it. It just really, resonated with me. So, especially when I thought about today's I rise above the appearances to the truth of divine perfection. So there are so many times that we can get caught in appearances, right? And that Newtonian thought versus looking at the infinite field of possibilities, right, can then become an issue, right? Because we say, oh no, it's like this. And that's it. Everything collapses to stay that way. Everything is the way it appears to be. And I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of appearances I'm not thrilled with, right? So I am way more into having an open field of possibilities for what the world brings to us.
Well, that's actually the truth,
Mm-hmm.
is that it is infinite and it's more real than the appearances,
Yes.
right? The appearances are just what we decided is what is. But that's actually not the truth. The truth is that it's infinite. And at any time, we can choose a different appearance, a different reality. We can move to a different place. So yeah, I feel like in order to rise above to the truth of that divine perfection, we have to recognize that appearances are actually not the real reality. It's the one that we have decided.
Right. It's the small r reality, not the
The real,
truth of who we
the
are.
real for real,
The real for real. The really real?
the real for real.
Yeah. The really real.
Right.
And so, as an example, recently, as in 4 days ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago, something like that, this last Tuesday, I started a new job. And
We're so excited about that.
so excited because it is something that,
as my tribe, you were all aware, it was something that I was looking to manifest the best possible place to go. That I would feel that this was just for me. And having, in my tribe an HR consultant, I have spoken to her on several occasions in reference to, the whole procedure that I went through, and how good I felt at the interview, and even just being on property, and the color of the office and the people I work with, and just all of it was just such a inspiration. Like, I felt the opening of the divine coming through, that this was where I was to go. And I am so excited to be there, and I'm enjoying it so far in learning more about everything, right? There's a lot to learn.
I was going to say, there's a lot. Everything.
The one way I was describing it is like, I know the general highway, right? But what I don't know is all the exits off of it. So that is what we're looking at here. I can tell you what the job is, but there are nuances that I'm learning, and it's
That's another job,
right?
Actually,
Actually, but it had been 12 years since I had to go through starting anew outside of manifesting cakes or sofa Sundays, right? Like an actual showing up type of position, not my. Well, I guess we have to show up here, so there is that.
She has to show up here.
We do have to show up here, so yeah. So it's an amazing thing.
Did that. I'm glad she did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because but that is something that for me, my good is everywhere, and I see it clearly. Until I could see it clearly, it was not available to me.
There it is.
Right? And then a rise above appearances to the truth of divine perfection. Well, there were so many heartaches at different time periods. I had applied for things that I thought were mine, and yet they didn't happen. And so now I understand why, but at the time period, I wasn't happy about it. Right? I wasn't a fan of those appearances. I'm just saying.
Right, and they appeared to be negative, right? They appeared to be what's happening, why, to question it, feel awful and whatever, but now the hindsight's always so 20/20.
Right.
But now that you're where you're at, like, oh, right. Oh, I see that.
I had to go through.
Had you gotten any of those, you may not have been looking for them. Right. And you just got there early. You were just ready. How many years ago were you ready for the next thing? But they weren't ready yet. They had someone in the role, and they weren't ready for you yet. Who knows? They may have been thinking about it for a long time. We need to get to somebody else. We're going to do that, whatever. But they didn't get to that place yet. You were ready. And the universe was having to hold you. Hang on a minute. I'm still working over here. I know exactly what you want. I got it already, and here it is. Hold on a minute. Just
because our time frame.
I'm only running the whole universe here.
Our time frame and the universe's time frame.
That's all.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe I can't speak for you, but I'm sure there was also lots of different learnings that came through this. Things that you said in that you had said earlier that you learned how not to be and how to be. So through that whole process also, which is just going to make you a better leader because you've experienced what not great leadership does, and you're not going to be that. So maybe, who knows, maybe that was all part of this school. I tell my husband this all the time, like, all of this I have to believe. And I do believe that I have to believe all of this is for our good. Right. That all of this someday we will understand why we went through this.
And then that goes back to
fertilizer.
And that goes back to obstacles are our allies.
Right. They really are.
When we become who we need to be for whatever we're asking the universe to deliver to us, and that does require to have that sovereignty, have that fortitude, you know, which we might not have had a year ago
Right.
or 2 years
You
ago.
may not have interviewed
prior,
the same 5 years ago.
right? Absolutely.
Lyric, microphone request. Yeah, so I mean, now it's easy to think this way.
Sure, because like you said, 2020.
No, it's okay, that's part of the
Well, I'm thinking about this process of going through all these like uncomfortable spaces that, you know, you would prefer to be differently.
Yeah.
It's actually etching us to be like a diamond. Those
Mhm.
pieces are, you know, it would be lovely to have, and maybe at some point we'll learn to be in that groove where things will be smooth, but this is our journey. And right now we're in the middle of becoming that diamond through all the experiences.
Right? Those experiences do give us those facets
Yeah.
so that we shine brighter. Shine bright like a diamond.
Great.
I've already warned them to at the new place that
She
I break
does
out in
sing
song.
randomly.
I sing.
I like her voice, so it doesn't bother me.
I always
like
say,
it.
I can't sing, but I will sing.
She's a liar. She is not telling the truth. She actually can sing. So whatever. No, but I love that for you. I love that when this happened, it was like, oh my gosh, and the floodgates just were like everything.
Yeah.
Was like, oh my gosh, and then that, all this lights up here. Oh my, yeah, you
Yeah.
get it. You finally go, oh, it's all these things, you know. And my husband also started a new job this week, and he's saying the same kinds of things. Like, wow, you know, look, like I just walked right over and did whatever. Maybe I wouldn't have done that had I not
Mhm.
been able to do that had I not gone through this. You know, maybe I wouldn't have known that because he learned so much about people and stuff in that last situation. That now even his boss, he's a young guy, but even the boss, he's trying to not school him. He's trying to just like lay back, but he wants to say, why don't you do this or why aren't we doing that? But he's not. But my husband can see it because he can see clearly from his past experiences, which were so awful. That I kept when he would have those situations, I would always say to him, what I said earlier, I have to believe this is for something. I can't believe this is for nothing. I have to believe, so it's got to be something great that's coming because you're being, like taught something. You're being, what's the word I'm looking for?
There's a
Developed. You're being, yes, and you're learning a lot and whatever, even though it's awful. Sometimes it's awful and we go through it, you know, like with temper tantrums. I mean,
Oh,
You don't like it.
I had definitely had
Yes.
some temper tantrums
yeah, you have
throughout
to allow
the
yourself.
last couple of years
Right.
through this, for sure.
I've had things that happen in, my life where I didn't like it. I was so upset about it, and I let myself have that moment. I usually try to let myself have the moment of being upset because I don't want to carry it around.
Right.
I'm really aware of myself because I can hold grudges and I can hold stuff in, and I don't want to do that. I am a Virgo, and so I have thought that for a long time that the desire to do that. So I will allow myself to have my pity party, or get upset, or think all the awful things, and then my mind will say, or could it be this? Or what were you thinking? Be honest. You've been thinking this, and this. Mm-hmm.
And
that's why
does
maybe
become-
this has manifested because your real self, the deep part of you, has been actually asking for that to change or for that to be something different. Well, here it is. You know, so maybe it didn't show up how you thought it should show up, but it is a change. So maybe embrace it and see what comes. And that has many times pulled me out of the yuck and into what could possibly be. What could possibly be happening right now for your own good? If you believe that that's true, that God has your back, God moves for your own good, then what could possibly be maybe happening even in this moment? And that has helped me a lot to come out of that pity party, that everything's awful feeling, and the crying and the whatever, and got me back onto my feet where I'm like, okay, so how do I move from here? How do I want to move now? And then being honest with myself. I don't know if you guys are like that, but there's a lot of times I'll get upset that something has happened, and I want to go out here, but then if I can have a moment to just let my mind work through everything, I will go, wait a minute, you didn't really want this.
Right.
And now that it's gone, you're upset about it.
It's a bird's eye view that you're at, right?
Right. Yeah. So like, even like a month ago when Peter did had an opportunity for a job and then that didn't work out, and he was really upset. It was frustrating. And I said, but you didn't really want that job. And he sat there for a minute and goes, you're right. No, I did really want the job. I go, okay.
I have
Right?
been upset when God does for me what I couldn't do for myself.
Yeah, there it is.
I have been upset about that. And even when I've known that it was going to happen no other way, like I would not have taken the steps necessary to create the scenario, right? I think of a breakup or two that I've had, where things happened and then I got all upset about it. However, being honest, I would not have made the moves had it not happened the way it did.
Right.
So, there are time periods that things, and I want to share something with you guys from a book I'm reading / listening to. It's called The Everything Answer Book by Amit Goswami. Okay.
Good job.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, there you go. So this is in reference to kind of what we're talking about when things the appearances aren't looking like we want. And it says, our creative insights into a problem may have very painful consequences for others. And they were talking about Hiroshima, no Japanese person needs to be reminded of the pain that the atomic bomb brought into the world. And yet the scientists who developed it certainly used quantum principles and certainly used Zen thinking. Sometimes in the immediate aftermath of an event, it may seem as if the creativity can lead to evil as well as good. But when we consider evolution, and we will, we see that temporary evil is sometimes necessary to get to the eventual good, to eventual progress through evolution. As painful as it may be for any Japanese person to remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the incidents did show us the horrors of the atomic war and may have saved us from an even more devastating atomic war in the future. And this applies to our personal lives as well. For instance, we enter into situations that may be challenging or difficult, but these are often the times when we can break through and reach the next stage in our personal growth. I am reminded here of another Zen story. A Zen master had a habit of holding up his forefinger, a habit that was often mocked by a certain little boy. One day, the boy held up his forefinger in imitation, and the master witnessed the act. He seized the boy and, using a sharp knife, chopped off the offending finger. When the boy cried out in agony, the master called out the boy's name to get his attention and held up his forefinger. The story goes that the boy attained enlightenment in that moment. This story used to bother me a lot. It bothered me as I was hearing and reading it. It took me a long time to realize that its moral was that the boy just needed a jolt to move him to a new level in his personal growth. Okay, I wanted to read that part of the story because how many times has that personally happened in my life, right? Heart attack, cancer, mine have come to me in physical manifestation, health issues. I know people where it's come to them via devastating relationships, whether they've lost somebody to death or suicide, things like that, where it is something so traumatic, so mind-altering, like having your finger chopped off, that you are jolted into a quantum leap. And given where we sit today in this world, I would like to offer that as a possibility that this is for a quantum leap of our world, much like COVID was.
I will say yes. I'll receive a quantum leap now, please.
Yes. So I really had wanted to share that when I saw what our topic was. I was like, okay, this was a perfect reading.
Well, and that all reminds me of, what is it called, the spiritual 2x4, right? But it was more, so I thought about that many times over my life. But when there was a woman that came to visit when we had CLF, and I cannot remember her name, but if anybody does, she talked about the 3 invitations. Do you remember that? The ivory invitation, the pink invitation, and the red invitation. And so you probably Google that and find her. But she said that we know we need to make moves, right? We know that something isn't right. We're tolerating something or we want something different. And then we get this ivory invitation to make that change or to make that movement ourselves, but we don't do it. We don't do it. We still stay there.
Because we're comfortable.
Right. Or we're afraid. Or we don't believe in ourselves or whatever. We've forgotten who and whose we are. We do that a lot. And then something else happens. Then we get that the pink invitation comes. So it's a little bit more awful, a little bit more pushy, a little more something that's going on, and you get that feeling again, man, I got to get out of this, or I need something different, I need a different job, whatever it is, right? And it comes again, but you still don't go. You still don't go. And then that red envelope comes, and that one's not a nice envelope. That could be you got fired, something bad happens or whatever, but it's that thing that shoves you then. Like if you didn't go when I sent the ivory invitation, you didn't go when I sent the pink one, so now I gotta send the red one, and then actually force it, right? So this is what I think happens, but we, in those moments, I think that's what I do is I'll wait for that to happen. But in those moments when I settle myself down, because it's usually something bad that has forced its way, my mind will start to be honest. And I'll start to look and I can see, well, back here, when that ivory, I can just hear her talking about it. When that ivory invitation came, what'd you do? You thought about it. Maybe you planned a little. You thought, well, next time I'm going to do, like whatever it is, but then you didn't do it. You sat back down. And then the next time it came. So it's the same thing that Michael Beckwith talks about,
Push and pull.
Push and pull. The pain pushes until the calling pulls or vision pulls. Pain pushes until vision pulls. Well, the pain, it can get you. We will let it get so darn painful. Like, how painful does it have to be?
I have such a high tolerance for pain.
Thank you. Like, what are you doing?
I brag about it.
Oh,
my!
Lord.
Look at how good of a martyr
I
I can be. Yes.
How many times does it have to happen? It's like, oh my gosh, does
Yes.
the car have to break down before you realize the oil light came on and the engine light came on and the brakes aren't working and how many, and then you're upset that the car finally,
Right.
on the side of the road and then you're upset about it? But you got warning after warning after warning after warning and you did nothing the whole time. Our lives are the same way. We get engine lights and oil lights and we get, the mechanic says you need blah, 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 or what, and we go, oh yeah, my next paycheck, I'll get the belt fixed, or I'll get the whatever, and then you don't, and you don't, and you don't. And then you're surprised. So it's like, how do we get back to where we see it clearly,
that
like, come on,
even
let's do
when
it.
appearances look bad, when the engine lights are going off,
Yes.
when the finger's chopped off, I'm sorry, that story
That's
is
gonna
just,
be in our head forever.
yeah, it's
Forever and ever.
really a visual there. But the truth of divine perfection is always there. And in the Science of Mind textbook, there is a spot where Ernest Holmes talks about that to demonstrate your faith when everything's good is really no demonstration of faith, right? Because we can all do that. What comes of our faith is when we demonstrate we believe these principles no matter what, and we can rise above the appearances, and things are not so great. And you and I have been on the same type of trajectory talking about that for probably the last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
Right.
I'm really curious. It's something I've been thinking about, on and off for a while about what is it that distinguishes somebody that allows something to allow them to grow forward, or all of a sudden they're taking all the signs that are like, oh, this is proof
That I
I
shouldn't.
shouldn't, or
Choice.
that's what,
Choice,
Like, I know
right?
there's a blind spot there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right.
Also experience, I mean, the more that things happen like that, the more you get, the more that you choose whichever way you choose, the more you get experienced, and then you learn, and then the next time that happens, you're like, oh, I know this one, hold on, I know which way to go now, right? So I think just being really gentle with ourselves and giving ourselves a lot of grace, because we're still figuring all this out, and trying to follow what helps you to feel our truth, feel our joy, our love, our peace, the truth. If it aligns with what we are, then I think that that's the path to go. And when we're all the angst and stuff, I mean, it's like a compass. It's like the compass. I'm sorry, the emotions are like our compass, trying to move us toward the right thing. So if I'm going over here and it's miserable, or it's hot, or it's too hot, or it's whatever, like I'm gonna naturally hopefully come back this way. So to not dismiss those things or be upset, but think in those moments, okay, so what am I trying to be led from here? What's the leading? What's what's the truth of the divine perfection in what I am saying is negative? What I am saying is not what I want, or not what I want to be experiencing right now. What's the truth? If this is also divine perfection, if this is also God, what is it? What do I need to be open to? Where is my awareness around this? So
Where's my awareness and being present?
see clearly.
Being present to it all.
Right.
Always.
To not run with the emotion, or to not run thinking that's our truth. Those are results of things. Those are just something to be aware about. Like, this doesn't feel good. What do I want to feel good? Or what should I do about that, or with that? What am I tolerating? But to not get so wrapped up in it that you think that that's the truth. Does that make sense? I'm not saying exactly the way I want to say it, but I think you guys know what I mean.
And it's so important not to avoid the thing that you want to avoid, because you lose everything in the avoiding it.
Right. It's called to you for a reason. And so if you avoid it, if you sidestep it, don't think it's not going to come back. If it's been called to you for you're still going to have it. It's just going to come another way, probably, because it's something that you are requesting. But when I have those things happen to me, because I'm older now, and because I have a lot of experience behind me of dealing with stuff and how I looked at stuff and then what happened, I also know when those things come up for me, if I can be in my awareness, not be in the emotion and get myself, be in the upsetness, if I can come out of it for a moment, I can get clear. I also know that is my ego coming up because I'm growing, because I am headed in the right direction. And I have learned that when the only time that part of me gets fired up is when I'm up leveling. So if I can remember, when I get like that, I go, oh, there you are.
Good news, right?
Okay, so I'm getting all prickly, I'm getting all these things happening and these feelings, but that's because I'm on the upward spiral now. I'm coming back up, which is what I want to do. So I embrace it more now instead of trying to ignore it or stuff it. Or I used to get these little twinges, and I'd be like, that's not the truth of me, that negative feeling isn't the truth of me, and I would ignore it. Like, I would say that, but it would just still be there. So at one time, I think Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington was talking about something, which is where I get this from. I just don't remember exactly, but I started saying instead, I started being like, I'd get that twinge, I'd be like, what? What do you want? Or what did I just say that you don't agree with? Right? Because that would be it. Like, I'm going to do it, and then I get this.
And then you're playful.
Yeah. So I'm like, what? What do you need to say? Or what do you want? What do you not believe? What is it? And I'd let it have its say.
I love that.
And then I would counter it. Okay, I get that. But I'm doing X, Y, Z, or I think that's not right anymore because of this and this and this, and it would get quiet. It would be like, oh, thank you, it's satisfied. So don't ignore these things. Don't. It's just a lot of times it's your inner child going, oh, remember last time we did have this little thing happen, and I didn't like that. I want to know I'm safe and protected. I'm going to be okay to go to that next level with you. Do you really have it? Are you really, relying on the right things? Are you really following your inner guide? Like, what are we doing here? So I just embrace it now. I use that as a sign that I'm on the right track. So to me, it's become more fun. I almost go like, if it's not there, I go, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not, they're not dreaming big enough. I'm not pushing it. Like there's something not right.
If
Nothing's
you're
upset.
not getting something that's saying, ooh,
Right.
yeah, then you're not dreaming big enough,
Yeah.
right? Like, because you're still within that comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was a lot for me as well. Pushing past what I was comfortable in, regardless of where. Even when I started manifesting cakes, I was very comfortable in giving away a cake, right? It did not have to be perfect, right? All of a sudden now it's a business and I'm charging people for my product. Oh, now, I'm up leveling, and I was just talking with a friend who's an artist, and she's an amazing artist. And I was like, I get it. It is hard to charge for your art.
Yeah.
Because, we all have that thing that says, am I worth it? Am I worth this? And the answer is yes. But unfortunately, we don't listen to ourselves enough on that. Right?
Right.
Because and I will say this again, especially as women, older women, Gen X and older, we have that thing that don't get too proud. Who do you think you are? Right? Like we were asked that as children, who do you think you are? And I think that internal, who do you think you are voice still comes up a lot. And the answer to that, if you'd like to tell her to sit down, is that I am the divine in form as I happen to be named Jeannie. You use your name.
Amen, sister.
And to really embrace that, because there is no higher or lower when it comes to sentient beings. We are all here to experience the divine. And when we get that little feeling, then that is our let's go further.
Yeah.
So I think, to answer the question way back when, I think that is what determines, do we make a choice for a quantum leap and move forward? Or do we say, no, these are signs that I need to shut down and tighten? And, I think that is individual, right? What I might think should be your quantum leap could be your safety, right? To not move, and vice versa. When I have had people, are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm more sure than I've ever been, but others
Thanks for asking.
aren't. Yeah, exactly. Because they love and protect me. So, and I get it, right? We will ask that for people we love and protect. Are you okay? Are you sure? And, we have to know that within ourselves. All the advice in the world isn't going to change. That decision has to be ours and ours alone.
That's for sure.
Well, ours and
Right.
our connection to source.
It is that, yeah. And that's so important. And because of that also, when you have that awareness and you realize too that you can then make a different choice. That it's not happening to you. You're a creator. You're the designer of this world that you're experiencing. You're designing it with every breath and every thought that you take. And that feels a little bit heavy sometimes.
But if you don't like
But
your
it's true,
choice,
then change it.
yell pivot
Come on.
and get another one.
Right, do-over.
Yeah.
You can have a do-over. You can do whatever.
You can make a new choice.
But why? I was reading the other day, like, I'm 56 years old, and I was reading the other day on, I don't know, something posted or whatever, talking about we only have a limited number of years here. Why are we not crazy going after our dreams and our desire? Why are we not doing that? Why are we not like wild about it?
Where did that come
What
from?
happened?
Yeah.
Well, the system that has been created. And when I read things like that, I feel almost like I've done a disservice to my children. Like I want to go back and then just grab them and take them around and do different things. But then I think, no, this is also their journey, and that was what we knew at the time, and that is part of their journey now. They don't want to go anywhere. They don't want to be with their friends. They don't want to be with me running around the world. They just want to be with their friends right now, which is fine. So like, leave it all alone. So let's find out, what is that now to do? What is that longing, that pull that I'm having? What is that? And then just follow it. But don't just every day be this over and over, be the same over and over, you know? Rise above these appearances. Follow your divine perfection. Follow your divine guidings and your leadings that you have. You have them all the time, and you know you do. But you're not following them. Maybe because you don't see the good that is everywhere. You're not seeing it clearly. You're just thinking, oh, I gotta get up, and I gotta go to my job, I got this to pay, I gotta make dinner, and I gotta figure out. Like, yeah, we can do that too. You can live and do that too.
You're right. All the things can be the
But
same.
come on.
All those things can be the same. You can get up, go to your job, pay your bills, come home, make dinner, go to bed. All of that can be the same. And how you do it makes all the difference, right? So like for me, I have my favorite 80s dance music on, right? Like that's what I do. Like I have dance music on and I have my little headphones, and when I'm cleaning my kitchen or doing my laundry or whatever it is that chore-wise I want to accomplish. And that makes it different for me.
It's so different.
Right? Versus, because I do angry clean as well. I have angry
It's
clean.
very purposeful.
Yes, that's a different style.
You can use it for that.
Yeah.
You can use it definitely for that.
Yeah, but sometimes I happy clean.
So this is maybe not funny to anybody else, but and anybody in here met my mother? Did you meet my mom, Ann? Okay, so she was a little plump down here. Oh my gosh, she loved to go to the grocery store, and she'd walk up and down every aisle. So you take me to the grocery store. Oh my God, Mom, I don't have 3 hours to get to the grocery store. Do you know what you need? Yes, I know what you need. Or you can just drop me off, and then I can give you. Oh right, but she loved to walk up and down this grocery store. But one time I remember, she was like, can you get me, I need this and this, and I'm like, okay, so I went to go get it. I come back, she's walking down the grocery aisle, and she's doing this little jig with her. She would do this like, boom, 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 boom. She's just doing this going down the aisle, and I walk behind her like, and she had a bit, like my mom had a good back end. Men would walk by and be like,
caboose.
oh my. Like, so she was just doing this little thing with her, and I'm walking behind her. I go, what are you doing? And she goes, oh. She's like, well, I'm stealing the music. I had not noticed any music in that store. I didn't notice any music. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to be here all day. Look at what time it is. I got it. Like, what do you need? What's on your list? What do you need to get? And I'm trying to get it, and she's walking down the aisle just doing this little thing. Got her
Never
bag.
come grocery shopping with me then.
She's
just
enjoying
saying.
herself.
Kaylee's saying, Mom, you can't dance in Walmart.
Yes, you can.
And
You can't talk to babies.
yes. And today, now that I'm probably the age my mother was when that was happening, Sprouts plays the best music hands down of any store. But I notice the music in stores now. It's just so weird to me. I'll be in a store and I'll be like,
You should go on Senior Wednesday.
it's a party.
Yeah, at Fry's, it has all our 80s dance
I love
music.
it.
Yeah.
So when you can look at life like that, right? You can look at life like my mom did. My mom was such a cool chick, and I wish everybody could just know her. I always feel bad when new people come into my life, and I go, him, you know, you're just not gonna
Missed
know
her.
my mom, you're missing it.
That's how I feel about my dad.
Yeah, right? But just meet people, the way that she looked at everything like that. She did not look at things from a negative stance. She always saw things as, well, I've got to go to the store, I might as well enjoy myself. Or I got weeds in the front yard. So my mother actually told me one time, I said, Mom, why can't we should hire somebody to, weed, spray the weed or whatever it was. And she says, honey, I like picking the weeds. I go, Mom, nobody likes picking weeds. I like picking weeds. And this is how she would talk to me. Honey, this is what I do. I sit here and I pick the weeds and I look around and I pretend like I'm in Africa. And I'm like, you're in Africa? She's like, yes. So I'm visualizing because she was afraid to fly, so she never went anywhere. She always wanted to go to Africa and she wanted to go to Paris. So she would create these things in her mind. In my mind, I'm doing this. And back then I was busy and hurried. I had small children, and my mind was not understanding what she was trying to say. But today, my God, I understand. She took that mundane chore and she enjoyed the hell out of it. Almost
There
every
you
effort.
go.
She enjoyed it. So what are they doing? Weeds, picking weeds.
Right.
Who
Did she
likes
like doing dishes?
Yes.
What was her thing there?
She'd put up, my mother would play, get one of her she had a record player, so she could take a record player and she'd put the record on and she would do the dishes too, some fabulous, whatever, symphonic, whatever it was, that she played Rhapsody in Blue or whatever it was. Yeah, she loved to do those things. She cleaned, but the house would be full of music. And Lyric, how many times have I played music when we're cleaning the house? My mind doesn't think that way, but I'm thinking about it right now. Like, it needs to be a party.
Right.
We need to be grateful. My mother had a sign that said, I'm grateful for dirty dishes. They have a tell to tell while others may go hungry. We're eating very well. So she was always grateful for those things. I really think she believed that. So if she's doing dishes, she's not thinking to herself, and do dishes. She's like, thank God my family eats. And I can support this. And thank God I have a house. So I'm going to clean it. This is how she thought. So like while we're walking around looking at things, and this is good as everywhere it is, how are you, if you don't see it, what are you thinking about then? Because there's a different side to every coin. So if you're looking at dishes going, I got to clean and dishes, or are you saying, thank God we were able to eat? There's a lot of people don't have the life you have. I tell my husband, like, you can be upset about whatever, but our children are healthy. We have a home. We both have a car that works. And he goes, you're right. Flip it. Don't bypass, but flip it. There is good everywhere.
There is good
Promise.
everywhere. And to see it, I love that, and to see it clearly, because what we focus on increases.
What we
And-
focus on increases, yeah.
And we know that is part of having so much options.
And controlling and being the boss of what we experience.
Yes,
You're the boss. If you think everything's bad, guess what? Guess what?
you're responsible. You think everything's good, guess what? You're responsible.
Or creative
That-
names.
That
You are
is
making it up.
that is really one of the things about religious science that bothered me in the beginning, was that there was
You had to
so
keep
much
responsible.
responsibility. Ugh. Like, I prefer things just happening to me.
And
And
you
now,
don't. No, you don't.
now I have to take responsibility for my life.
She loves it.
I do
She's
now.
teasing.
I do now. No, but in the beginning,
No, but when you're not
I-
when you don't understand,
yeah,
it is a
beforehand,
shock.
I was like, I just didn't get it. I mean, it took me a little bit. I loved it. I loved the concept of it. Everybody seemed so happy in it. So I was like, okay,
I'll try it.
I'll give it a shot. Yeah. So
But
that,
then we argued it. Like, so that car accident I had, that was me. I made that happen. Like, oh my gosh, like, you're not getting it. You don't get it. Like, no.
yeah. So
The way you perceive the experience, that's you.
Exactly.
That's you. That's
So then
you.
that's what goes back to, like, is something shocking you into a quantum leap or not? Are you going to continue your life status quo, or are you going to live it? Enjoy. Are you going to bebop down the grocery aisle to the
I want to see
music?
you all doing it now on air.
That's right.
Her name is Cheryl, so you can say,
Yep. I'm gonna-
Cheryl, I'm doing
That's
it. Dancing for you, Cheryl. Dance down the
WWCD.
I know.
What would Cheryl do?
What would Cheryl do, people? She would dance.
She would dance.
She would pick the
her
weeds and think
weeds.
she was in Africa. Like,
And as a
who does
property,
that?
manager, be a Cheryl.
Yes,
Pick your
thank you,
weeds.
Cheryl.
No.
Oh my gosh, yeah, my mom.
I picked my weed.
Thank you. Pick. Not that weed.
Oh my goodness, Ann. That is not the kind of weeds we were talking about here on
Okay,
the
never
sofa.
mind.
Never mind.
But if you took it that way, that's fine.
Right, yeah, like, no judgment.
No, I'm not judging anybody.
We don't judge
Do what
anybody.
you gotta do.
Right, choose it, exactly, you choose it.
Oh, Lord.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh. You know, I just love our Sofa Sunday talks because
You never know what.
we never know. And I love that I get those hits about my mom because it makes me feel, or my grandpa makes me feel so
Yeah.
good that they're still alive and that they still can be sharing their experiences through
And-
me.
And
It's
how-
so cool.
And how much that, probably small moments that, you weren't even really paying attention to back then. Your mom was probably like, oh, Michelle,
Yeah.
and now,
She would laugh.
to have that
Because
consciousness.
I was so serious, about it. I'd be like, Mom, and she'd be like,
Yeah.
she
I'm
was
sure
like,
she's
she was
still-
so fun. And then
I'm
she
sure
liked
she's
freaking
still
me out.
laughing. Yeah,
She
she's-
liked bothering me about it. Because I'm sure Lyric is like, you're doing that to me now, Mom. She liked picking on me, like, or me feeling that way, and then her being like, here's what I'm doing, and then me being like horrified. I'm like, what? And she'd be like, no. No.
Oh, got it.
Look at Lyric was on, she's
She was ready this time.
I was thinking about the commentary about, I'm responsible, oh, am I to blame, and that whole scenario that we've probably spent years working through.
Right.
I've always thought that there was limited usefulness to the question, why did you create that? Very much a landmark mindset of, yes, you're responsible for everything, but there's also a tinge of blame to that. Whereas I think in our construct of that same approach, what we're looking at is just exactly what Michelle said. What's in your head? What is it that you're thinking right now so that you can examine it and remember the truth about it, which is very, very different from why did you create that?
Amen. Amen, sister.
I can't even hold the microphone with this arm.
That is so very true. So very true.
Cover everything that you wrote on.
Well, actually, this is for an experiential, because
Oh, this has gotta be different.
I like to give people an opportunity to embody what we talk about here on the
You just
sofa.
like to get out a good time.
I do
know
like to
what
get
you're
God a
doing.
good
I know what
time.
she's doing.
Yeah,
We-
so that's
we-
why I was
Please
gonna
feel complete in the gallery today.
feel complete.
Everybody feels good? Okay, you want to end with this? Or you
Yes,
end
I'm
with
gonna end us with this.
this? All right, let's get to that.
So-
let me get myself comfortable.
Yeah, get yourselves comfortable. And so for this, I want you to take a label, some kind of role or label or judgment or a number, whether it's your dress size or what the scale says, something. I want you to take something that you have identified maybe a little bit too much as an identity for yourself. We're not going to sit with it too long, I promise. So in that, just think about it, right? I should be. I'm not doing enough. I have to prove myself. I'd be better if. And now I want you to notice your body. Where does that land in you? Where do you feel that constriction? Okay. Now I want you to take a look at it again. We're going to breathe into that space, that place where you feel yourself bracing. We're going to take a deep breath of a count of 4. If you're feeling it in your chest, breathe it there. If you're feeling it in your gut, wherever, just breathe it into where you feel it. Now breathe it out for 6. I want to do this a couple of more times. So in. Out. One more. Make sure you're letting everything drop. Jaw, shoulders. And say to yourself, I have roles. I am not this role. I am not this number. This number just exists. I am the divine in form, known as. Breathe that in. Ask yourself, what if nothing was wrong with me right now? What if everything about me is just perfect? Because it is. Now feel that power in your body. That same place. Feel that power. Breathe that in. That knowing. Feel the seat under you. Come back to this moment. This present awareness. Your feet on the ground. Yourself in this chair. Knowing and affirming that all is whole, perfect, and complete right here, right now. And so it is.
And so it is.
Love it. Thank you, Jeannie.
That was juicy.
Thank you.
Love that.
Yeah. You know, the breath really is our greatest tool to bring ourselves back.
100%. And it just feels darn good.
Absolutely.
Feels so good. Love it.
Ah,
Well,
I'm so glad we're back.
I know, I missed you.
I'm going to be here the rest of the month even.
What?
I know. It's
Wildness.
awesome.
Just for end of the month?
Just through the end of the month, and then I have a
Whatever.
thing in May.
Whatever.
Just one. Yeah,
Just one.
yeah. Once a month I leave.
She leaves.
I leave.
I leave.
Get
too
us to miss you more.
Yeah, exactly. So that I can. Yeah.
I love it.
There we
Oh
go.
my goodness. Thanks for being here. Listen, if you felt spiritually fed this morning, if you felt like we were speaking right to you like Ann does, Ann thinks that we planned this the night
And we do.
before just for her, but we do. I just don't want her to, think it's just for her, but we do. But listen, if this is speaking to you right now, this is your community. You belong here. We'd love to have you visit us in person. We'd love to have you come up here. If you're local, please join us in person. It is wonderful online, and we're so grateful we can do it, but there is a big difference in energy when you can be with us in person. And if you can't do that, you're online, we're happy that you're there. It's so nice to see you
Absolutely.
also. So whichever way you can do it, but we are here. We are here local in the flesh. So come and
That's
see
right.
us. Come and see us.
That's right. And if you would like to donate to us financially, please go to beginwithinministries.com. There's an opportunity to either do a one-time donation, or you could become a spiritual church club partner for $45 a month or $75 for a couple or family. And with that, you get your very own Sofa Sundays mug. You get a sofa charm. You got your journal and cards, and you get our deep gratitude and appreciation for helping our ministry thrive and survive in this time and in the world. And with that, I wanted to welcome all of you in East Mesa who are now watching us online. So
Excited to see you all.
hi.
And listen, you can also help us by liking our feed, subscribing to our feed, sharing the feed, sending it to your friends and saying, hey, check this one out. I think you like this. Getting other people to realize that we're here. We broadcast every Sunday, rebroadcast on Monday nights on New Thought Media Network. And so we would just love to help you guys out. I know for me, this helps me to make the week so much better, and I get through the week knowing that what we've shared here. So we want to be that for everyone. We do this kind of for ourselves.
We do.
And then we
yeah.
share
And
it
then
with
we're
everybody
grateful
else.
that you join us. Yes.
So we're so happy that you're here because the energy helps. And when you're in the room, you can also contribute, which is very helpful for us as well. And we appreciate both of our contributors today that spoke up with what was coming through to them, which is so important. So, and we want to thank our Lyric Davis in the house today. She's helping us with all things behind the scenes, and we really appreciate your work back there. You're doing such a great job. We appreciate you too. And she's also our in-house artist, just so you know. She's doing this art behind us here that we love. Anyway, have I missed anything? No, like, share, comment. Yes, let that algorithm know we got stuff going on.
That's right.
And it will share us too.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yes, thank you for doing that. Anything else in the house? Did I forget anything? No, we're good. All right. Well, it was so good seeing you all. Have a great, wonderful, blessed week.
And we'll see you next week.
time.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.